Crash, boom, bang. The world around you grows dark. You hear screams, breaking glass, feel things flying all around you. You're no longer in control. You're upside down, right side up. Upside down, right side up. Then everything stops. Silence. Minutes, maybe hours pass before you open your eyes. You hear sirens in the distance and painful cries coming from somewhere behind you. Your head hurts, your back hurts, your legs hurt, you're cut, scraped, and bruised, but you're alive. What happened? You were in a car accident. No, not an accident. An accident is something that you couldn't have prevented. An accident is really an accident. You were drinking and driving. You were in a car wreck. Alcohol-related crashes are just one of the many, many terrible risks associated with alcohol today. I would like to take a minute to share some of those risks with you today in hopes that the next time you think about picking up a bottle, you think twice. It's no secret that college students consume alcohol, even if they're underage. In fact, it's a common spot for a person's drinking to begin. And let me begin this discussion by saying that I'm not against the consumption of alcohol. However, overconsumption is a problem. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism reported that 52% of college students had engaged in binge drinking, consuming 5 or more alcoholic beverages in one sitting, at least once in the 2 weeks before taking the survey. If you've ever been to a college party, you know what kind of effects 5 drinks can have on a person. After the first couple of drinks, you start to loosen up and feel more comfortable. You begin to lose your inhibitions. You laugh and joke around and probably have a pretty good time. Perhaps this is why drinking is so attractive. It allows you to ditch the pressures of the day and get rid of all those social anxieties. However, things can quickly deteriorate. A few drinks later, other things start to happen. You really start to loosen up. In fact, you're so loose that your response time starts to increase. And when you do respond, your depth perception is off. Your speech begins to slur, everything is blurry, and you may even lose sensitivity in some of your extremities. One of the first areas that will lose sensitivity, sexual organs. So for all of those guys who use alcohol to lose their inhibitions when talking to girls and get them into bed, sex isn't going to be that great, if it happens at all. You see, in the world of drugs, alcohol is considered a downer. It depresses the central nervous system and helps induce sleep. So there's a good chance that you'll fall asleep before anything ever really happens. All of those things can happen after just 3 or 4 drinks. After that, things really start to get bad. You stumble around, begin to look like a total fool. Your clothes are soaked because blood rushes close to your skin, causing you to sweat more. Before long, you'll probably be hugging the toilet as alcohol irritates the lining of your stomach and you feel that night's supper coming up again. So all of that doesn't really sound that attractive, does it? But things don't end there. Outside effects continue to get worse the more alcohol you consume. Motor skills continue to decrease as more and more of your body systems begin to respond. Your kidneys have to work overtime to process the alcohol, and in the process of taking care of the alcohol, your body loses a lot of water through sweat and many other internal processes. So you end up getting dehydrated. If you continue drinking, it could eventually lead to blackout, coma, or even death. That can happen after just 7 to 10 drinks. Tell that to all those people who think that taking 21 shots on their 21st birthday is cool. Then there's the dreaded hangover that comes from a night of partying. Your head is pounding. People talking in a whisper sound as if they're yelling. You're still dizzy and sick to your stomach. People tell you to drink black coffee or take a cold shower, but you do it all in vain. The only thing that cures a hangover is time. Your body has to have time to get rid of all of last night's partying. In addition to the effects that alcohol has on your body from just that one night of drinking, there are serious long-term effects for heavy drinkers. Due to the irritating nature of alcohol, high consumption increases the risk of cancers in the mouth and the tongue and of liver diseases, such as hepatitis, cirrhosis, and liver cancer, since the liver is the part of the body that actually metabolizes the alcohol. Heavy drinkers are also at risk for coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, and even stroke. For those who only drink occasionally, the body is able to adjust the depressant effects of the alcohol. However, frequent alcohol consumption doesn't allow the body to maintain its equilibrium. The liver only has a limited ability to metabolize toxic substances. So over time, you'll lose that ability. Another major risk of prolonged alcohol use or abuse is addiction. The body steadily increases its tolerance for alcohol. In essence, each time you drink, you have to drink more in order to get drunk. For many people, that drunk feeling is what they desire. It has nothing to do with the alcohol itself. So they drink more and more until it becomes something they depend on, something they have to have. Studies show that alcoholism leads to neglect of other duties. Your job performance slips. You spend less time with your family. Things start to snowball, and although it seems completely impossible that it all started with that one tiny little drink, you end up with no family, no home, and no friends except for your trusty bottle of your beverage of choice. Maybe that's an extreme situation, but it seems to happen just a little bit too often. There are many reasons people decide to drink, but think about this. Is being accepted into a group, loosening up in an uncomfortable setting, or escaping the pressures of everyday life really worth the risk and consequences that come into play after that first sip, funnel, or bottle of alcohol? Is that temporary feeling worth the hangover, the dehydration, the hospital visit, the car crash, missing out on a great night with a great person, liver cancer, your job, your friends, your wife and kids? Is it really worth it?